I want to let you know your life doesn't end at 27, at 28. You're still going to be hot in 10 years.
Red flags to look out for if you have herpes and you are dating.
Men are right when they said women hit the wall at 35.
The realization only comes to them when they're looking for a good man. No thanks.
You know, like ladies expire faster than men. So you need to utilize it more. Like if you find the opportunity, use it, build yourself a house.
In a few of my videos, I talk about a post-wall woman because I was called a post-wall woman.
Out of curiosity, what do you expect?
You cannot cope with the truth for too long. Acceptance is the only way to move forward. Kindly subscribe to the channel, as it is our sole form of support. Thank you.
If I say I don't like fat girls, they're going to try to cancel me. If you say I don't like short men, no one's going to care.
Right.
Versus a fat girl can control her weight, but a man can't control his height.
Correct.
Yeah, I don't even try to have sex with men anymore because I know that I'm like gross to them because I'm over the age of 30 and like, you know, there is a chance that my kids could have like something wrong if I did get pregnant.
Right.
So I don't even want to risk that for my kids.
Yeah, I've already come to the terms that we're senior citizen retirees at this point of the game. But like young women, like the one we have here today, she's the future of us, but only for a couple more years.
She's honestly, she's got like 2 years.
2 years.
This was probably funny to them, but being ignorant to the truth will not be funny later on, and it will hurt them even more. And the fact is, this woman is still single and unmarried. You would think she would try to help these younger women avoid the path she took, but instead, she's dragging them along.
I'm over the idea that women expire as they get older. Why do men get to age like fine wine, but women expire? I'm just gonna get hotter as I get older. That's the plan for me. So in 10 years, I'll be exponentially hotter than I am now, and I have no expiration date.
For most women over the age of 25, they're done. They will not have happy marriages, they will not be submissive wives, and they are too stuck in their ways. Really, the only solution I see is the next generation of women learning from the older generation of women and doing better and moving forward. But the way it is now, I don't see it as a viable option for men.
I don't think it's ever going to happen again. I think that marriage and relationships are finished. I was married 25 years, and my ex left for a guy 20 younger and took half my life savings. Good luck. Time is more valuable these days. No one is going to chase you. Be easy and amazing or be single. Move with time or you will be left behind. Women chase the bad boys. Then after they realize bad boys treat them like crap, they go back to the men who actually cared. By then, those men don't care. Single men like myself are going to be single the rest of their lives. There's nothing on it for us anymore these days. A lot of retirement homes full of leftover women coming soon. It's a wonderful suggestion, but I doubt these women are even worried about that at the moment. The only thing that concerns them is racking up body counts partying, taken out on trips, and having multiple sugar daddies. And by the way, these things aren't free. The women that usually come to their senses happens around when they're 40 and still screaming, "Where are the good men are at?" Another thing is, women don't hold each other accountable. Instead of looking at their friends and tell them that they're wrong and need to change their behavior, they just applaud and support it. It's all downhill from here.
What do you think's a bigger problem, toxic masculinity or toxic femininity?
Masculinity.
What is toxic masculinity?
Are you a teenager?
No. I'm 24.
Oh, too old.
Expired.
It's different for guys.
He's not running through girls.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not.
I don't know that.
And also,
Allegedly.
men don't expire as fast as females.
Right.
You get to 25 and that's it.
It's just different.
That's not. Hold on.
No, it's true.
Disagree on
It's
that.
downhill. It's downhill after 25.
Well,
and
yes,
I promise
there's
you
a bit of a difference when it comes to peak and whatever, but
Truthfully, it happens around 30 and up. These women are still getting the attention, but not as much as they used to get it. Women control access to sex, and men control access to marriage. Men who are absent sexually don't run through women. Women are granting that access willingly.
What do you think the issue is with modern dating?
I think men are idiots. All of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I would be one of those idiots too.
It's okay, not you, but most.
But you just said all men.
Just most, not all. I take back what I said.
Why are most men idiots?
They just don't listen. They don't care. They only think for themselves.
You don't think women do the same thing?
No, I don't. I think women care a lot more, and I think women invest their feelings, and men don't.
This is just projection, she meant to say. The men that she's choosing are idiots. All she has to do is stop fishing in the same pond. The issue with men expressing their feelings is that it would create an even bigger issue, so they don't. And what's with the excessive nodding?
Stop! We've basically told a great generation of young women, don't get married, don't have kids, go get a corporate job, and it's created mass political hysteria. And then in their early 30s, they get really upset because they say, you know, the boys don't want to date me anymore because they're not at their prime. And people get mad when I say that. Well, it's just true. If you're in your early 30s, I'm sorry. It's like you're not as attractive in the dating pool as you were in the early 20s. But again, you have your corporate job and cats, so I thought, you know.
So this has kind of been a conversation about women hitting their wall for a while. And the wall is basically the point at which women, and apparently this doesn't really exist for men, the women reach the point where they are no longer getting more attractive or gaining more value in the eyes of a potential mate and are kind of on the back end. So they're on the downhill. Their looks are getting worse. The attraction or attractiveness that they have to a guy is getting less and less, and they are no longer seen as kind of the cream of the crop. They've passed their prime, and there are some disagreements about what this age is. Some people say it's 26, some people say it's 30, some people say it's 35, some people say it's 40. And so there are some conversations, some kind of interesting, some not interesting at all, and just downright objectifying and degrading.
There we are. The same words that feminists use. Objectifying, degrading, blah, 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 cry me a river. Christian women love telling men how to talk. Think of the red pill as a locker room. Think of it as guys chatting in the locker room. And then the trad con feminists come in and say, don't say it like that. Is it true or is it not true? That's what we got to focus on. Is the information correct instead of crying about how it makes us feel?
It's true. Downhill for looks is 26, but it's a slow decline. But after 35, when fertility severely declines, is where I would put the wall. A rose will bloom. It then will fade. So does the youth. So does the fairest maid. Shakespeare. It is definitely not above 35. 35 is the wall. Our Western family way of life has been completely destroyed. Welcome to reality. It's not about passing their prime. It's the attitude and delusional self-worth that the current generation have that stops them from finding a real relationship. Yes, women have a wall because beauty is not infinite. Men's only attractive feature seems to be money. There is no wall for money. Everyone's perspective is obviously different when it comes to this. Personally, from what I've seen, women have been brainwashed by feminism. They've been fed this idea that they don't need men, don't need marriage, and that they can be strong by themselves. The women who usually take that path ends up alone in a big house, a box of wine, and a few cats. For example, this woman right here, she says, women are getting smart enough to realize they don't need or want a man to have a fulfilling life. This is not true at all, because once they've hit that 40 range mark, their perspective change. The rest of them are just coping and bathing in their own misery. You never hear women who are in happy marriages say such things. They always show appreciation to their man. It's only the ones that men don't want once they're past their prime. It's drizzle season. Keep away from the birds.
Question for the men. When you are going through a breakup, do you talk about it at all? Like with your friends or family? I was just catching up with my guy friend, and him and his girlfriend broke up like a month ago. And I asked him a question about it, and he goes, I don't know. I haven't thought about that. In all honesty, this is the first time I'm really talking about it. So like, you're telling me that you have spent the last 4 weeks moving about your life like absolutely nothing happened. Just like drowning in your own thoughts. Yeah, no big deal at all. I would be in a mental hospital. Beyond unwell. I genuinely do not understand how this is possible.
So I want to talk about something today that I feel like not a lot of people talk about. But did you know that guys have an expiration date too? I feel there's so much emphasis placed around women and us having these timelines, right? But you have a timeline too. I live in Los Angeles, so it's a little different here, and people do tend to settle down later on in life. But I can't begin to tell you like the number of guys that I've met who are like in their 40s and still single. Never been married, don't have any kids, and it's like, guys expire just as easily as women do. Totally get that you want to spend your 30s like having fun, like hooking up and doing your thing. But it gets to a certain point where it's like, yo, like, you need to settle down. No one wants to date the 45-year-old that's still going to the club and spending his Aprils at Coachella. Your ship has sailed, man. Don't let yourself be that guy that's going after chicks that are 15 years younger than them and you guys literally have nothing in common anymore. I get it. I mean, even if you're rich though, it's like, then all you have is your money. And at that point, the only chicks you're going to be attracting are the chicks that want your money. So don't be that dude that lets himself expire. Follow me for more tips.
Yeah, this is completely incorrect. Men do not have a biological clock, which is what the wall and fertility is correlated to. It is mainly the reason why women hit the wall at 35 and over. Men don't really need to worry about a clock because they can even have kids in their 70s if they choose to do so. But what men do have is a financial clock. That's why a man should focus on himself instead of women. But a man does expire, maybe at 90.
They don't need men to be happy. In China, if a woman is over 30 years old, but she's still not getting married, and then they'll be labeled as 剩女, which means leftover woman. I really do not like the saying there. But there's another character for 剩女, which means they are single, independent, are financially free, confident, they are well educated. They don't need men to be happy.
Stop lying.
Men want to be taken out and all this other stuff. Like, you a man, like, be a man, like.
A man, hold on. You want a man in the Bible, so that's a traditional man, correct?
Yeah.
But modern day women aren't traditional themselves. Why should he be traditional?
It's the generation now.
What's a traditional female?
This is just straight up hypocrisy. I find it funny how women can tell you everything a man is supposed to be doing, but if you ask her what a woman is supposed to be doing, she won't be able to tell you. That's just the entitlement that comes with them. How about being a traditional woman? Then maybe you'd receive that kind of treatment, huh?
Okay, so as a woman, one thing that I'm very sick and tired of seeing is all of these women giving bad advice, especially to the younger women. Because you know what it is? Misery loves company. I see all of these women in their 30s, 40s, 50s that are giving terrible advice to women in their 20s and even younger than that. So coming from a woman, I'm going to be honest with you and I'm going to tell you what hitting the wall means. So men value different things than women do. They value beauty, youth, and they value someone that respects themselves. When you start aging, your biological clock is ticking, and that is just a real fact. Going into your 30s, your options are going to be less than when you were in your 20s. And those guys around your age are now looking at the younger women, and you're going to be competing now with the 20-year-olds for the guys that you want. And then now when you're ready to start settling down and possibly start thinking about having kids, those same guys might feel like you're rushing them and they might not want the same things at this point. So then the dating market starts getting stressful, and then now these women are rushing for time because now their biological clock is really ticking and they want to go through the stages. And then a lot of them end up single, a lot of them end up childless because they chose to have fun in their 20s instead of looking for a relationship. And they thought that when the time came that they did want to settle down, that they would still have all the options that they had when they were 20. But then reality hits, and a lot of them end up childless and single and not by choice. So don't listen to all of these women that are saying that they're so happy and they're so content with not having children and they didn't want to get married, because the reality is that a lot of them did, most of them did. And by that point, they just didn't have a choice anymore. And so they had to accept that now they are childless and single. So of course they're going to make the best out of it. But what I don't like is that they're preaching to the younger generation that this is the way to go. Because if they could have chosen otherwise, they would have.
We want what we want, but I've seen many more happy single older men than I have women. Misery loves company. The truest statement ever told. This is 100% true. If you want a husband, prepare yourself early to be a wife in the days of your youth, the flower of your age. We also value legacy. It's not just beauty and youth, it's vigor and vibrancy. We like the spirit younger women often have that older women have lost. 100% facts. There are men that want marriage and family in their 20s. If you date men who aren't committed, your picker is broke. Good men do exist. This is amazing. But these women will hear this and continue pushing forward on their path. That's why I say the wall exists to knock their senses back to them, knock them back into reality. But the women who are leading these younger women astray are bitter. They're professionals when it comes to shaming men for having their preferences. And it's funny because men are just wired that way. They call them predators, creepy, or trying to take advantage of her. But when a woman goes for a younger man, they applaud her. They say she's still got it. Get it, girl. It's just double standards at its finest.
Do we need men?
No.
Do we need men?
No.
No?
We don't need short men.
Do you need a man?
No.
Do you need a man?
Oh, God.
Do you need a man?
No.
Do we need men?
No.
Why?
No.
Do we need men?
No.
No? Do we need men?
We need men to make us stupid.
Do we need men? Do we need men? Do women need men in this world? Do we need men?
No.
Why?
Because we can be strong, independent women.
Do we need men?
Like, not necessarily, but like, if I can look at them, like, we need a man to look at.
Do we need men?
No!
No, why?
Nobody needs men!
Really?
We do not need men!
Why not? Why don't we need men?
Why would I need men?
So what can you get from someone else that you don't get from a man?
The only thing I can get from a man that I can't get anywhere else is dick.
Okay.
And I don't need dick.
Do we need women?
Yes.
We do. Why?
These women are awesome.
Do we need women?
Of course.
Why?
Yeah, you do need
Because they're beautiful.
Do we need women?
Women make us feel compassionate and affectionate.
Do we need women?
Of course we do.
Do we need women?
Yes.
Why?
Because they're hot.
And what else?
They're hot.
Do we need women?
I mean, shit, unless you're gay.
Do we need women?
Do we need women?
Yeah.
Yes, who's gonna do my dishes?
They don't need a man, yet they're all outside getting drunk and trying to get men to buy them drinks. I always say, never believe a woman's words. Always judge her by her actions, because you will learn a lot more. If you think about it, this video sums up dating as to why relationships today don't last. With this kind of hive mentality they have, we can clearly see who's the problem.